Hey guys, I know that on July 30th was my wedding, and I was really looking forward to show you guys the video and doing a live video in it. But unfortunately, I went to the Holyoke Mall on, what was it, July 28th. Yes, I went to the Holyoke Mall on July 28th because I needed to go buy some couple more items that were due for the wedding that I have forgotten. And fortunately, I decided, my husband decided that we would sit in these massage chairs in the Holy Mall, and we did, which his chair worked and mine did not work. So it was like pretty not fun. But, anyways, so I had my phone with me and I had my keys with me, and can you imagine, I did the worst thing ever. Like, I have these keys that I put them on my wrist, so they hang, and then my phone also can go on the wrist and they hang. So I had my keys and I had my phone, and I happened to put the phone on the side of the sofa, well, of the seat, the massage chair seat in there. And as I went to my chair wasn't working, so my husband tells me to try the other one. So I moved from one chair to another chair, and I did not notice I happened to left my phone in the chair. And as you all know, when you leave something behind, there is the person that do turn things in and nice enough to turn it in, and then there's other people who keep what they find. So I did not know, I did not have a tracker on it, on my phone, so I didn't have the app on. My phone is always on location off, because it's private phone and I don't like people knowing anything about me or so. So anyways, I lost my phone and I could not do what I wanted to do. I was so upset because this was the moment that I really wanted you guys to get to see, and the party went awesome. But my daughter took some pictures, my husband took some pictures, and a couple of people took pictures. So maybe I can probably post a video of the pictures of the event. Not sure if they took a video of it. I will check if there was any guests around that took a video of it. If they did, then I'll try to see if they can pass it on. But if not, it doesn't matter. Which it does matter in a way. I really wanted you guys to really get to see the event. It was okay. So I was expecting over 100 guests at the time, and a lot of things happened. A lot of things happen with many of the guests. So one of the things that I do tell people is you plan with a number, and sometimes the number grows, sometimes the number diminishes. I think I'm saying that right. Less people. So my number went down big time in my family side, and then there was a couple people that couldn't make it. There was a lot of friends that couldn't make it at the time. Things happened. There was a lot going on. I was having such a crazy day. Like, you guys would not understand. Like, okay, so it was very windy that day. I don't know if you guys checked the weather and that day, or you guys were close to my area. I'm in the Springfield area, so in Massachusetts. So I it was very windy. It was like the winds were like against me in everything. So everything I wanted to do, you guys knew it was outdoor event. There, at least it was not a rainy day. Could have been worse. But it was not a rainy day, so it was a windy one. But there was one tent I could not put up. One of the tarts I couldn't put up because the wind was so strong, and then the company I bought it from in eBay, it's not a really good tart for wind, so I couldn't put it up at all, so it was useless. That was like waste of money. Anyway, but everything else was there. I don't know how to tell you guys this. Okay. So I'm going to tell you exactly what happened on that wedding day. It was awesome. It was beautiful. I tell you this. I had a good time. I had a good time. Even though I went through all this, I had a good time. So my morning started with early 5 o'clock in the morning, right? So I was 5. Yeah, me and my husband. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My husband, as soon as I get up, my husband gets up with me. So 5 o'clock, we're up. We had a little talk about what we were gonna do. Then all of a sudden, nothing that we said we were gonna do. It don't work out that way, okay, people? It never really works out that way. So we had our morning coffee, and we, I had a nice, good coffee. I tell you that. It was nice, good coffee. And I said to myself, I'm going to have a good morning and everything's going to work out fine. So I go upstairs and I look at my dress, and I find out that my dress is sewed with a bump out. And I'm like, oh no. So the first thing that comes into my head was like a lot of depression, like a lot of, not depression, emotion. Say that right. Emotion, no depression. So emotion. So my tears come down, and I said, oh my God, what a day. So I decided to fix and sew the dress myself, and I did. Which I should have asked my mom if she was done with it or something. It was just like, I'm telling you, my head was like so worried at the time, or so loaded. So I didn't ask my mom if she was done with it or anything, which after she told me she was not fully done with it, that she wanted me to try it out before she made the final sewing. And me, of course, when you get emotional and you see your dress and you feel like your dress is not ready on your wedding day, and you're just like, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster. I'm going to be a disaster and stuff like that. So a lot of things went through my head and my mind in that time. And I sewed my own dress. I finished my own dress. I did not ask my mom. My dad saw me crying, and he went into the room real quietly. He didn't mention anything. Usually my dad asked me what's wrong with me and stuff like that, but he didn't. He knew that there was something going on. It was something. So he goes into the room and he tells my mom, who was sleeping, that I was out there and I was crying. And I don't know what he said, but I know that after like 15 minutes, my mom got off the room, and then she starts explaining to me what happened. By the time she came out, I was already done with sewing my dress, so I told her, it's okay, Mom, I did it, and I got it done. I guess she probably thought that I was upset at her. I was not upset. I was emotional. It was a lot going on. I felt like everything was on me. Like I was doing everything by myself. It was like the moment came, like the moment is here. So, I did so well through the whole week. I did, like, everything was just peachy. Everything was just amazing. And I was telling my husband, oh, don't stress it. Oh, relax. Oh, this and that. And the day came. And I broke into tears at 5:30, 6 o'clock, because I think it took me an hour. I was talking to my husband for about 30 minutes and stuff like that. Anyway, so at 6 o'clock, I was in tears. I was breaking in tears, and I had done the tables at the night, and I was telling my husband, I was like, I don't know, if I had my video, I could have showed people how I was making the tables, and I could have just tell them, and you guys would have seen the whole mess of us fighting, me fighting by myself, because he had to go get his hair done. So he abandoned me at 8 o'clock at night, which I told him, why can't the barber see you earlier in the morning? But anyways, he abandoned me. I didn't mind. No, it's okay. It was fine. I told him to go. So I was not upset. None of that. But anyways, it was just, hard. So my mom helped me design the tables and stuff like that. So I had one setup of one way. We had to change the tent that, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a tent that was here, and then there was mine that was up ahead, of the tent. So this one that was here, we had to change it and moved it this way. So we had a tent like this, because my dad had made his little fogon, that it's like another little gazebo that is not fully done yet, but maybe I get to show you guys that DIY, since my dad is the one that DIY. Maybe I can record him. And my dad is not a video person, so he doesn't like to be in videos, and he don't like to be recorded. But I can probably, tell him that this is for my YouTube channel, and maybe he'll let me. We'll see. I'll try to figure out how to convince him in that. So anyway, the thing is that the wedding was it was a mess. Oh my god. It was a hot mess. Okay, but I'll tell you why. I would tell you. The winds were blowing, like I told you in the beginning of the video. The winds were all over the place. So I brought all the decorations out and stuff like that, right? So I said, in the beginning it wasn't so windy. It was just like, like a nice breeze. And I was like, oh my god, this feels so good. My wedding is on a really good, even though I was in tears, I said to myself, my wedding is on a beautiful day. It's like the sun is not like, it's not muggy. It's not like, so I was like so happy with the weather and that. So everything was like, the wind was so nice and everything. I was like, oh, this is so good. This is going to be amazing. Even though I was crying, but it was still going to be amazing. And I knew it was going to be amazing. So I took out the stuff. I told my husband to bring this down. He took the, what is it called? The weed thingy, the weed whacker thingy. I don't know anything about gardening and stuff like that. But anyway, so he starts, tidying up the little spots of wherever we missed and whatever, cutting the grass from where, for people to come in and feel comfortable. He started tidying up that area. He started doing all that stuff. And through the night, I put the whole tables. I had my mom design them with me, and it looked like a place. When I first looked at it, it looked like a place, when you go to take sewing classes, how they have all these tables like this, and it looks like you're in school in class. So that's what it felt like, kind of, to me. And then I only wanted people to sit on one side of the table at the time. So I said, if more people come, then we'll put chairs on the other side. But if not, then I would rather it be like that. Anyway. So it looked like a sewing school kind of thing, which my mom sews, and and she told me the same thing, and I was like, that's fine, it doesn't matter, I think it's fine. You remember, I didn't took no round tables, so I took square tables, and the guy brought all these 90 something chairs that my husband had ordered. So I thought there was like more tables than chairs, but he kind of like did it backwards. It was like more chairs than tables, but it's okay. Anyway, there was no loss. So I managed to put everything up. Everything was done. I put the tikis, I put the decorations, the bows. My son helped out a little bit. My nephew helped out. My sister came. And as we were doing the tables, Mr. Wynn decided to blow a little bit stronger. And all the tablecloths were flying all over the place. And I was like, no. So I said, put stuff on it. So we put stuff on it. And then the wind blows stronger. And even with the stuff they were putting on top of it, the wind would blow. So I had these, the glass that I made, that I put water in it. I put the little bubble things in it, the little beads in it and stuff. And I put water and I put it on the table to hold it. And not even that. I'm telling you, the wind blew off the water cups, everything. So I was like, OMG. OMG, my decorations aren't gonna stay. I didn't know what to do. I was so stressed. I was mad. My husband was exhausted because he was moving here, there, grabbing this, grabbing that. So he was working. I had decorations. I had my mom who was cooking for 100 guests that didn't show up at 100. But anyway, it was 100 guests cooking, so you can imagine me running from one place to another place to get the food, to put it in the thing, to put it over there, to put it over there. And I was stressed. I was sweating. I am like, my skin color completely changed. If you notice the two different colors I have, I was under the sun for quite days, and I would say weeks, because I was on it for a while. So everything was flying away. So I was so stressed out, and my husband noticed, and we kind of got like in a little like discussion. It was like very tiny discussion, like we were attacking at each other at the time. Those things happen in a wedding, okay? We just can't let it get big. You have to notice when things are going the wrong way. You have to stop it. So that's what I did. Once I noticed that, I said, this is our day. We can't be this way. So I said, I was like super sweet to him, and I was like, I just need your help. I need to figure out a plan C, because we went to plan A, to plan B, to plan C, trying to keep the tables tidy into place. Anyways, we took hours, I'm telling you, just trying to figure out. So I finally decided to tie up, because we put tape on the side of the table like that double-sided tape to hold the cloth down. No, the wind would take that away. It would blow it. So we bought another different tape and would tape it, and the wind was still blowing out. So everything we were doing, all the effort we were making, it was not working out. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna tie up the cloth. I'm broke it in half in every corner, and I tied it up with the legs, and that was like the only way I could have done it. It was not like the best table, but the cloth stayed, even if it was like fighting its way, like little bubblies all over the place because of the wind. And I was like, so we put one of the bases on top. The plates, we couldn't put no plates on the table because everything would fly away. So there was no napkins, there was no plates. All my nice decoration that I wanted people to come in to see, all the beautiful elegance, that I wanted them to see. It didn't work out. So I said, let's leave it simple. Oh my God, I was so happy when my sister-in-law's husband came over. He came to actually bring a couple of things that he noticed that me and my husband, we were alone out there trying to work, and I was so stressed out. And he noticed, and he saw how stressed out I was. So he and his brother helped me and my husband to all the fruits and the sweets, and I had all this setup that I wanted to put a table of fruit. I wanted to put fruits in everybody's table so people don't have to go up there. I want to put some fruits. I want to have it really nice and decorated. Fruits in the center. So they won't have to move or stand up to get any what do you call that? Picadillo is things that you take before anything. So, because when you come to the wedding, you come hungry, so you want to munch on little things. So that was my intentions. Didn't work out, because I had no time. The wedding was, it was supposed to be at 4:00. And even though I pushed it at 4:00, 4:00 is pretty late for a wedding. Usually people would do early in the morning, and then 1:00 to get to the reception and everything else. But anyway, it was at 4:00. So at 4:00, it was 3:30 when my sisters came and everything. And I'm like, oh, I can't. My feet were boom, 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 throbbing. You don't even know. It was I felt like I had a pin needle, on my foot. That's how tired and how throbbing my feet. My husband was the same way. He was like in so much pain, and he was like, oh my God, like I don't know how I'm gonna do this, and we didn't know how to do it, but we just managed to make it happen. And when they came, they just gave that, and he was like, Kunya, what do you want me to do with this? And I said, whatever you want to do with it. I said, that's how I was at the time of my wedding. I was so exhausted that I let them do whatever they wanted to do. I said, hey, just do it your way. Doesn't matter. I just want this to get through, and I want to enjoy the day. And I was not worried about, I'm not not a picky bride who, oh no, you have to do it this way, no, and fight over what they call the bridezillas. I was not a bridezilla, only for a little bit, just a tiny little bit, but it wasn't like that with anybody else. So I just let them do whatever they wanted to do and everything, and then I had someone who was going to do my hair, so I was waiting, and I was like super late. It was like an hour late, and I didn't have my phone, so I couldn't communicate with her and none of that, and I was like a little stressed out. I had a really bad moment, and because my stylist wasn't here, and I was like, okay. So I called my daughter, and I say, hey, Zariah, help me out here. I don't know what to do. Like, I was already too tired. I couldn't even think of what to do with my hair. I could have done something else, but I couldn't think. I was so tired. I took a long, cold water, freezing water shower. Then it was like 4:30. People were coming, and I was laying in my bed trying to rest my feet, waiting for my styler. So after that, I noticed that I fell asleep because I was so exhausted, And I told my husband, I said, you go out there, you go. What a bride, right? So I told him, you go out there and take care of the guests, you probably don't feel as bad as me in this moment. But he was exhausted. I felt bad, but he still had more energy than me, so he went on and he took on the game, and he got dressed and he left, and I was in my bed and I was laying down and I fell asleep a little bit, and then I woke up and I heard people, and I'm like, oh my God, like I need to get up, I need to do this. So my stylist was still not here, and I'm like, okay, so let me call my daughter. I call my daughter. I told my daughter to come downstairs. My daughter starts soaking my hair. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to do my hair curly because I didn't know what to do. So, I thought we were going to go blow dry the hair or something like that. But, so anyway, I said, I'm not going to go through all the blow drying. It's too hot. I still have no energy. I'm so exhausted. I've been up 5 o'clock in the morning. The night before, I was up till 1 o'clock at night, so it was like a non-sleep mode. So it was crazy. So anyways, right, my daughter comes in, she starts soaking my hair, I'm telling you, soak that you could go like this and the water could come out. And I'm like just saying whatever, I'm just gonna enjoy the day. I don't know what she's doing in my hair, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, okay, and I'm telling her a little bit how what to do. She doesn't even know what she knows. All she knows is she wants to embrace my curls. So I'm like, okay. So as then the guest starts noticing that there is no bride anywhere around, and it's like 6, I want to say 5, almost 6 o'clock, and I was hoping that my styler would come anytime during the time that my daughter was doing that, but 6 o'clock came or so, and then my sister came downstairs and says, I just came to see you. Oh my God. She goes like, oh my God, what's going on? I said, I don't know what to do. So she told my daughter to go, that she would take care of it. So I gave her an idea of what I probably would have wanted, and she was like, okay, we'll do that. And she starts doing my hair and putting it sideways. My sister-in-law comes downstairs to also find out, like, what is wrong with the bride, and then they see that I am not ready, so they're like a little bit like, how do I say, they're like stunned that I'm not ready, that they, and I said, just do whatever you guys want to do with my hair. I don't care. I really do not care. Just do whatever. I just want to go out there and have fun. That's all I wanted to do. Then my feet were so throbbing, and I couldn't put my heels that I wanted to put on, so I put on the other shoes that I had. Thank God I come for backup, right? So I didn't even put the dress that I sewed. I decided to use the other dress that I previously wore for the wedding, and it was actually that very same color, the dress I had. So you guys will get to see it when I post the pictures, when I get the pictures, because I don't have my phone, so I gotta wait until everybody sends them to my messenger so I can set them up and put them like in a little album, and so you guys can get to see it on the video. But they did my hair, everything. I came outside, and it was like the whole program was like it was a mess. It was a mess in that area too. My program and how everything was going to go down changed because the time changed. Everything changed. Then I look outside and I only see a little bit of people. My sister tells me there's a lot of people out there, and I'm thinking, wow, there's 100 people out there. No, there was not 100 people out there. There was way less than 100 people. So, but I was happy though. I didn't care. Really didn't care that, I said, for those who didn't show up, I don't care. I don't care. I really, some of them sent me a letter, apologizing that they couldn't make it for the day. And I knew some people were not going to come. And I appreciate those people who did, let me know ahead of time. So, I was like worried that maybe because my phone was lost and maybe people were trying to contact me, and then something was going on, they couldn't find me, or you don't even know. Everything went through my head because of my phone. But I enjoyed the day. We had a really awesome day. We had a little my husband's sister sing to me the song that I requested her to sing, and then my daughter sang. His brother did the wine tasting. There was we spoke on the stage. We did all the normal wedding stuff. No dancing because it was a religious wedding, which I really wanted you guys to get to see my religious wedding. But everything was so good to me. I enjoyed it. I hope my guests got to enjoy some of it, or all of it. I don't know. But it didn't look perfect because it was in full and stuff like that. But if it would have been full, it would have looked like super perfect. But sometimes, the thing about weddings is sometimes you plan something and you plan it so big and perfect. And unless you have a wedding planner dealing with everything else while you're doing your own thing, that's all I could say. You would get whatever dream wedding you want, depending on the guests that showed up, but even like that, So anyway, I'm happy. I enjoyed every moment of it. My husband was so exhausted. Oh my God. After we finished, his family helped me with the tables and the chairs, which I was very grateful for that, because we couldn't stand up in a minute longer. And then the guy of the chairs and the tables were going to pick up the chairs 10 o'clock in the morning, and I knew I was not going to be up at that time because it was exhaustingly tiring. So I decided not to wait till the next day to do that. So they did it, and I appreciate it. I took advantage, and I told the guy, hey, I would appreciate it. He was like, oh, is there anything I can do for you? I was like, yeah, you can help me put these chairs. So I took care of that, and They did. They did such a great job. It was so beautiful. I'm glad that they had fun. Everybody was so happy in the wedding. Everybody was smiling. Everybody was happy. From what I saw, my view, everywhere I would look, that's what I would see. Um, I the the groom was all over the place. So he was like everywhere and he was exhausted. So when we got into the house, we had to also figure out, because there was a lot of food left, when you got 100 guests, you cook for 100 guests. So if 100 don't show up, then you get left with lots of food. So I gave away a lot of food. I told people to take food, and they took food, and some didn't, but it is what it is. So they took whatever everybody, it goes according to how they want to eat the next day. So I've been stuck with meatballs and pork and yellow rice and some white rice. And then I forgot to take out the jellos, and I forgot to take out the strawberries and the fruits and stuff like that outside. So I'm like stuck with that. Like my dad said, I'll eat all these jellos because he loves jellos. So I don't care if there was 100 jellos. It was like these small containers that I had of jellos, like the small. It was really cute though. And then we had these little dessert trays that my daughter had made before. It was like a pudding. No, not pudding. It was like a pie. It was like a cheesecake. Yeah, it was like a cheesecake with strawberry on top of it. Really nice. That we also weren't, like, it was so much going on that we forgot about the rest of things that were on the fridge, because as soon as I got out of the room, it was just basically to walk down the aisle, and everything went so fast. So fast. The brindi, everything went so fast. The food, everything, the party, and the hour was just like minutes. The hours were like minutes to me. I saw how the day went by so fast. Everybody was enjoying themselves. I was so happy that everybody was happy, and that's all that I cared for at the time. And it was a crazy day, and I wish you guys were able to see it. It would have been really nice if you guys did get to see it. But I can tell you, I will show you some pictures, and then I will show you like I bought like so many expensive things, like trays and stuff to put fruits in it. The tables, they look so elegant and everything. My sister did a great job with my tables and stuff like that. She's awesome. The cake, oh my god. That cake was so beautiful. You don't even know. It was gorgeous. It was like, and then it tasted so good. I love my sister's cake. Oh my god, I loved it. So yeah, it was an awesome day. And the next day, today is the August 2nd. So the first, I think we had the 31st. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't see outside. I was so exhausted, so I took a whole day rest. My husband did too. Then that following day, again, we took another, like we were going, I said we gotta go take care of that outside, and we were looking at each other, and we tried, but we went, and we still had the energy, so we did a little bit, and we still have, up to this moment, we still have some decorations out there. Like, well, some of the stuff. Let me see if I can show you probably through the window of my room. Yeah, see that amazing roof? I did all that in my room. So, but let me see if you guys can see. I don't know. If y'all look out there through that window, you will see my mess that I still have out there. You guys see that? Oh my god. It's out there. So there is how I put the tents. You see the side? So that, and the decorations are still out there. Like my mom's garden is there. See, my mom was messing with her garden too. There's still a lot going on. The lights were on. There's still some things that are up there, and And that is what is there so far, you know. Oh wait, this is my bakor. I had this on my wedding table too. This is like a, it's like a scented thing. I'll show you. I just dropped it. Okay, it's not glass, so it's like a little piece of like a charcoal thing, see? And you burn it, and then in here you put the bakor, the scent thing. You know, it was suggested to me by a guy who is from Morocco. So he told us his tradition and how you turn that on, and you know your whole place smells. So when the guest comes to your table, they smell that beautiful scent. So we did get it, and this also came with them, with the same place, you know, or what is that? So, you know, it's like a teacup thing. It's there, and it's cleaning TLC. So I'm still working on that. We have some nice little trades and other things going on, you know, and as you see, you know, we're still on the process. So today I'm hoping to clean up a little bit and, you know, get out there and work a little bit. But I just wanted you guys to have like a little update of what happened. I will post pictures, and I'll try to do like a video of it, and tell you guys like a little bit of it. But anyways, we'll see. If not, I'll just post you the pictures so you guys can see. I cannot guarantee nothing, but you know, I tell you, it was an amazing wedding day. I appreciate all the people that did show up in my wedding, and all those who helped me in the moment, and the surprises I received in that day. So I thank God for everything, because everything was done for him, you know, and his, you know, and oh my God, I wish you guys could have seen that wedding reception. The way it was set up, it was like so, the way the, you know, the pastor did the whole reception, it was amazing. You guys, I would have loved you guys to see that. But anyways, I hope that maybe somebody took a video of it, and maybe I can show you a little bit of it, and you guys can enjoy some of that. But we'll see. Let me try to get a hold of all my gas. Well, my side that I have, and then my husband will try to get a hold of his, and we shall see what happens on that. But I'm married by the church, married by the civil, so here we are. And I appreciate all those who passed by to check out my events, you know. I hope they had a good show. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you on my next video.